Well, hey everybody, how are you this evening? I thought we would do a little mining stream tonight, and so we'll go ahead and get started. How's everybody doing? 3.17 is making its way through Evocati, and we're really excited about that. It really looks like there's some big changes coming. And so I thought we would go ahead and do a little pre-flight here and get started tonight. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Prospector here. This version of the Prospector, I am running the Rush drive on there. And then I have two brands and an FLTRXL. And so that should be fine for us. And we'll go ahead and get this guy started. Hey, Squirrel, how are you this evening? Nice to see you, Squirrel. What's happening? Yeah, we'll go ahead and call the Prospector out and see if we can't find a little bit to mine tonight. Beautiful day out there in northern Michigan. It's cold, but it's sunny, sunny, sunny. Pad 2. We'll make our way over to Pad 2. Chris, good evening, Chris. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you for sure. Coffee is delicious tonight, and it's funny. I usually don't drink a lot of night coffee, but since I started Quantanium and coffee, I've been drinking a little more of it. So it's kind of nice. It just kind of keeps me happy and energized. Oh, Squirrel, sorry to hear that. Squirrel says he is back to work. He was sick, but he's starting to feel better now. That's awesome, Squirrel. That is very cool. I'm glad to hear that you're starting to turn the corner and starting to feel a little better. Into the Prospector we go. And we will go ahead and load ourselves up into the pilot's chair. And we will pick a destination, and that's going to be Lyria. We're still trying to make a few space bucks here. And that's kind of how we normally do it. Getting ready to kind of buy some of those refueling ships. So continuing our, just our effort to make a few space bucks to offset those costs. So off to ArcCorp we go. We have to spool the quantum drive, and Chris, I'm so glad to hear that. It sounds to me like Chris has got his, got some things that are moving in the right direction, and he's just kind of waiting on a few other results, and maybe he's going to find himself out of the hospital, and that's, man, Chris, I tell you, that's awesome news. So, obviously every day, we do think about you here and send whatever, well wishes we can, and I'm really hoping that you find your way. I know that just seems like a long time to be in the hospital, so. Yeah, so off to ArcCorp we go. And we will see if we can't find something to put the lasers on tonight. So 317, yeah. It really seems like it's still in Evocati. I know that's a concern for some, but things kind of get through, past the hurdles they pass as they pass them. So I don't think it's I'm not sure that I'm in any way panicked or not. I certainly do welcome. I mean, there's a lot of big changes in 3.17, so I do welcome a lot of those changes, and I just assume they take their time and get them right. Squirrel Lord says, I still mainly do Merc and bounties, but now I go out of my Prospector more often, now that I know what I'm doing with it. That's really good, Squirrel. I like that. It is cool to kind of mix that stuff up. Archer, who's on the channel from time to time, he really does a mix of FPS missions and Prospector mining and does quite well with it, and I think enjoys, mixing it up a little bit. And I can appreciate that. So pivot over here to the port side, turn towards Lyria, and head over. last couple streams have been a little bit different. I'm hoping we can kind of get back to just, you know, kind of a relaxed mining stream. You never know in Star Citizen when you take off, though, and you know how long it's going to take to find stuff to mine and what's going to happen. It's always an adventure when you leave the spaceport. So, there's the orphanage. That's a place where we definitely like to head in and mine, and we'll do that right now. So as we come out of Quantum here at the orphanage, you know, and for those folks who kind of watch the stream on a regular basis, you'll know I kind of switch from sticks to mouse and keyboard. So you see a little wiggling around as I kind of switch over the controls, and then kind of get settled in for using the mouse and keyboard for the mining part of this. Squirrel Lord says, I also had the opportunity to practice PvP with Avenger 1. There's so much to learn. I'm taking my time and enjoying the process. That is amazing, Squirrel. I mean, you know, if there's anybody that seems to kind of have his stuff together with PvP and just kind of understanding the mechanics of flight and those types of models, oh man, Avengers, you know, he definitely is you know, kind of at the top of the list. I like watching the Dark Lord as well, and a few of these other people, and they really are. I mean, there's a lot of layers to flying your ships just right, and it's, you know, I've spent the last 24 hours thinking about that quite a bit, you know. So Chris Bates is asking a good question. Did it end up being pirates, you know, in the last stream? And I don't necessarily know that it was, you know, quote-unquote piracy, Chris. I think that there was one guy who was kind of, you know, just made some threats. And so, you know, we definitely kind of circled around ArcL1, and I was really surprised by the awesome response of Spec Fleet, and just kind of shut that stuff down. I don't think anything else really happened the rest of that time, and you know, and I was glad to hear it. You know, kind of, you know, I know that you know, in the mining stream, I like to just kind of stick to mining as much as we can, but you know, of course, sometimes you have to defend the flock, right? You know, so you know, that's kind of one of those things. We definitely had, you know, a little bit of, I wouldn't say, you know, even maybe go as far as to say drama, but it was funny. Rockeye, good evening. How you doing, Rock? Rockeye says, I'm dropping in to say hello. I watched your Sunday video today. Fun day. Hope to catch you on later. Fly safe. Thank you very much, Rockeye. I appreciate that. And, you know, like I said, I'm hoping that we're just going to, you know, do a little mining on the old mining stream today, and keep our powder dry and just kind of get back to basics with it. You know, it's that was kind of an interesting day. Those longer streams on the weekend can be quite interesting. So, and we don't always have the luxury of doing those. So it was kind of fun. I really did appreciate you know, everybody who came aboard and watched, and that was like I said, it was an interesting day. So, definitely, like I said, we just want to kind of do, you know, settle back in, hopefully do a little mining, and not as much of the crazy stuff. All right, so a lot of singles so far. Haven't found any doublers or anything quite yet, but we'll keeping a good eye out here for them. There's another single. As you can see, I kind of keep pivoting back towards the sun. You know, I like to keep the sun at my 12 o'clock just so we don't kind of fly over the same rocks and rescan them. Mike Hunt, welcome aboard, Mike. Mike says, hey, it's the first time catching the stream. Just wondering, why don't you like the dark side of Lyria? I prefer because a lot of pieces go underground, but you can still see the outline in the dark. Mike, that's a good question. You know, and I will definitely entertain it. First of all, it's one of those things where you don't really know unless you kind of know. When you're mining on the dark side of the planet, people can see your beams from a long ways away. When I say a long ways away, I mean like you can be in kind of the lower atmosphere and look down at the planet and see people's lights on with those mining lasers. So you definitely run a little more anonymous on the planet side, on the light side of the planet. So that's primarily it. The other side of it is, Mike, is I always think it makes for better just for streaming. You know, daytime just it streams a little better. I think nighttime it's just it can. Oh, there's our first doublers, you guys. Nighttime can get a little bit it's just not you can't see as many of the pretty pictures or whatever as Star Citizen. So those are my two biggest reasons. I actually don't mind mining at night at all. But I definitely do know that it does, if people are kind of keeping an eye on Lyria's dark side, they definitely can see it from a long ways away. So, yep, Chris is saying pirates can see you from orbit. That's exactly right. It's a long ways up there that they can see. It'll blow your mind, really. Well, this is actually a decent rock, you guys. Not one I'm kitted out to be able to break. It's 6,500 at 28%. So first rock of the night was a nice one. But I just don't have the kit to break that one, and that's no big deal. We'll just kind of move on and keep looking. This is a 3187 at 2%, so we'll just kind of pull the laser in and keep on trucking. Yeah, absolutely beautiful day today. Like I said, super sunny out here in northern Michigan, and really now very cold. And we did get some snow, so it's been it's one of those winter's kind of hanging on, and we're definitely hoping to get through it. Justin03, welcome to the channel, Justin. Not a name I recognize. Justin says, I just found two 40%ers next to each other in the mole last night, and 30K just after we broke the second rock. Justin, I can really appreciate that. That does happen quite a bit. And it's especially more prevalent right now. Like, there's a lot more just jank in general. And certainly we did have a 30K too. There's a lot more of that stuff happening. Just because there's the PTU, like the Evocati is happening. And we tend to find when like Evocati and the PTU things are happening that there's just a little more stress on the server environment for whatever reason. At least that's been my experience. I can't necessarily confirm it or deny it, but it does seem to be like, where things are much more stable, and when things go into testing, there's a little bit more to it. There's some doublers right there, you guys. It's awesome. And Justin said, I logged off for the night. Oh, Mike Hunt says, that makes sense. I didn't know you could see from that far. Yeah, Mike, it's crazy how far you can be seen. It absolutely is. And then Justin says he logged off for the night, came back on today, and spawned in the exact same spot. That's awesome. Bed logging and then coming back and there's nodes there is always so sweet. I love that, Justin. That's awesome. Squirrel Lord says maybe sometime I'll be on when you're on, and I can bring my prospector to help you break the big rocks. Squirrel, I would love that. If you've caught the last couple streams, we have done quite a bit of working with working with our teams, working with other teams. For instance, Sandy Claus is on, and we helped Sandy out one night, and then we definitely have had where a lot of the spec fleet people are people that have kind of came to our organization. We work together a lot to help each other, so I love doing that. I think it's a great thing to do, and it just kind of keeps it just kind of helps everybody out significantly. So this is a 5158 at 5%. And what do we have here? This is a 4996. It looks like another 5%er. So a couple 5%ers there. Nothing to write home about. We'll just kind of keep looking. So keep on a trucking. Here. And Squirrel says, or provide a little overwatch, a little fighter security. All that stuff is always welcome. That's for sure. That is for sure, Squirrel. All right, we're grooving along here. Beautiful hills here in this area. I've always liked around the orphanage. It seems like it has the right composition for finding, a Quantanium. Absolutely stunning visuals. Just loving it. Cool. Couple more over here to take a look at, see what we get. Couple more singles there, no problem. So I'm really starting to get excited about the mining gadgets. I know that I say that every stream. I probably sound like a broken record. I am. I'm super excited about the mining gadgets. I really hope that they do give a little bit more wiggle room on the Lancet's, you know, top end. You know, maybe up to 6,500. That would be fantastic. You know, the slightly bigger rocks, that would be awesome. And you know, and of course they're just around the corner. So I think, you know, I definitely I start getting excited about that kind of stuff. Pivot back over that way. Kind of zigzagging along here, you know, just always looking, of course, the meta on Lyria, as everybody knows, is anything more than 2 rocks is always Quantanium. And so it's nice that you don't necessarily have to active ping. I do a little bit of it when I, you know, kind of want to press the issue and find some stuff to buy. But, you know, you can just kind of cruise along here at a reasonable clip. And anytime you see more than 2 rocks, you pretty much know you're guaranteed it's Quantanium. So, beautiful thing. We are just kind of cruising along here, looking for some good rocks to do some mining on. Alrighty, another single there. A couple more opportunities there. Couple more singles. I think there's one over this way, maybe. Doc Logan, how you doing, Doc? Good to see you. Hey, really liking your format. Such a feel-good time. You got real talent for making such with a low action value. Seem interested and enjoyable. You know what? Thank you very much, Doc. I really appreciate that. I think, you know, I guess the real secret is I actually really enjoy mining. I know that it's not the most crazy high octane content. I oftentimes say that, but I mean, I adore mining. I love mining in Star Citizen. I hope that it comes through my voice. Anytime I have an opportunity to do a little mining in Star Citizen, it's a good time, it's a good day. We count our blessings and we just make the most of it. Just really enjoy it. So I do appreciate that, Doc. It's nice of you to say. And nothing wrong with making a few space bucks either. You know, it really does open up the rest of the game. Felix Chen, hey, how you doing? 52, how you doing? You know, 5-2. I'll never turn down a little scouting, you know, and having an extra person flying around. Yeah, jump on over. You know come on over. Just kind of sneaking on today and thought I'd sneak around and see if I could find something to mine. Thank you. So, you know, Doc Fuzzlogan says enthusiasm is infectious and it comes across well. I really do appreciate that. It does mean a lot to me. You know, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. That's awesome. Andreas, how are you, Andreas? It's nice to see you tonight. How have you been? All right, we are just kind of pivoting around here, looking for rocks to mine. Ooh, there's a couple of opportunities over this way. Another single there. Let's see if I see 5-2 anywhere. Not yet. There's some opportunities over this way. Heck yeah. Several singles here. Andrea says, all good. Wasn't super lucky with rocks, though. Only one full load today. You know, it's been a little quiet so far since we've gotten started, Andreas, and that's all right. We'll keep our foot, you know us. We'll kind of keep our foot on the gas and keep on pushing through. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's certainly, so far for me, it hasn't been right off the bat, and that's okay. That's the thing, you know, when you start the stream, you never know how long it's going to take, and it's okay. I mean, that's the thing about mining. I actually kind of enjoy. It wouldn't be nearly as fun if every single time you just one active ping and found what you're looking for. It wouldn't be nearly as challenging. You know, the fact that sometimes it might take you a half hour or whatever, it is no big deal. All right. There you go, Tiger. I sent Tiger an invite, and he's going to come scout and maybe run a little Overwatch. So that is lovely. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was an empty server, that's for sure. And I kind of like that. I thought it would be nice, you know, a nice quiet server to kind of, you know, just kind of sneak a little quiet mining stream in today. Alright, so we are just kind of cruising around here, trying to find something to put the lasers on. Lots of singles. Just tons of singles, but we haven't seen a whole lot of the good stuff yet, but we're going to keep on looking. Couple of Quantanium. I did find one rock that was just a little bit over, I think it was like a 6,500 at 30-some%. That would have been a nice rock. I just don't have the kit to break that guy. Andrea said, I didn't find a single mineable rock in almost 2 hours on Lyria today. Ooh, boy. In the Halo after 20 minutes. Yeah, well, I hear ya. You know, one nice thing is, of course, if Tiger works his way over here, I guess I will have a little advantage maybe with the scout, you know. But we'll just kind of play, you know, we'll keep our foot on the gas here. It's, you know, the good thing is, you know, chatting with you guys is always just a blast anyways, so it's awesome just to be able to do some mining. Obviously, we normally find stuff to mine, and I'll wait. If it gets to 75%, you know, we've gone through 25% of the hydrogen, yeah, we could certainly lift off and hit a different OM marker. Lyria is just beautiful today, though. I will say that. Star Citizen in general is just looking fantastic. Love it. All right, a couple more. Another single there, no problem. We'll just kind of keep on cruising. Beautiful snowy, kind of a snowy area. Absolutely love it. Hey, there's some doublers right there. I'll do that in just a little bit here, 5-2, for sure. No problem. Let's get in here and take a look at these two. Get the mine laser out and just see what we got. All right, there's a 5300 at 4%. That's not going to work. And what about this guy? Oh, it'd be helpful if I stay on there. And this is a 2.5%er, so not what we're looking for there. I grab the sun in the sky. Off this way, and off we go. Hey, you guys, right off on the edge there's a cluster. Alright, we'll start kind of moving in on those. Good, nicely done. Gotta love it. Absolutely awesome when you have, you know, a few opportunities for something to scan. You know, this kind of gets the juices going here. All right, first rock of the cluster here. This looks like there's 5 here to scan, and this is going to be a 6123 at 2.5%. Commander Mascame, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Oh, that's a heck of a rock right there. There's a 13% or an 8,000 mass. Woo, big run. Good to see you, Commander. How you been? That one wasn't great. This one's not great. 4%er. Last rock of the bunch here. Now this could be a halfway decent rock. That is a 2828. So I tell you, it's not great. I'm going to get out QuantCalc and take a look at this one. 2873. That is going to be, and it's at 28.55%. This is going to be right down around 18 or maybe around 20. Not much more than that. But it would be a pretty fast break. Let's just kind of do the math here. 2873 at 28.5. We will calculate that rock. And we will take a look here. Yeah, 16.3 Quantanium. So that would have to be a really clean break, you guys. I think we're going to drive away from that one. That's just a touch. That's really down there because, you know, if you lose any percentages on that, you know, you might be flying in with 10 or 12. So we'll probably try and make a little better use of our time with that. That was right on the bubble, though. That was not a bad rock. Certainly, you know, nothing to write home about either. It was kind of right on the bubble. So we just decided we would fly off. Now we'll see how the mining gods like that. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. You know, obviously. You know, you don't always want to look at, you know, that still was over 100,000 sitting there potentially. But one bad break, and you might not have got quite that many either. So kind of an interesting, you know, it's kind of a judgment call, but one I'm happy with. You can see Tigers rolling in here pretty quickly. Alright. Seems to be a pretty good area. Lots of pings around here. But we'll kind of keep moving forward. Alright, another single there. We'll keep on moving. Beautiful Monday night, little mining. Just awesome. So much fun. Truly. Alrighty, a couple more opportunities here. It looks like a couple of singles there. We'll keep on moving. Here's another opportunity over this way. Oh, nice doublers. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here. We'll get the mining laser out and see if we got anything better than we had back there. That 16 SCU is just a little too tight to the opportunity. Oh, look at these rocks are right in the middle of this. Look at this, you guys. This is cool. Right in this kind of crater here. Very fun. We'll come in and get a scan on them and see what we got. First scan here. This is a 7,000 mass rock at 9%. And this is a 3834 at 6%. So nothing worth kind of mining here. We'll kind of definitely want to keep the sun kind of where the sun is. Keep moving in that direction and just kind of keep on looking. Well, that's an interesting ping at a distance there. Oh, there's a ship. We'll kind of keep an eye on it, you guys. I'll try and get a scan in here. Seems to be moving pretty good. We'll just try and scan it a little bit, you know. See what we have. Hey, Kay, good evening. How you doing? Nice to see ya. Existence based. Hello, people. Can anyone help me? I downloaded the game, but it won't start because something is wrong, and it always says that I have to verify my files. Very interesting issue, for sure. So I'm going to get a little altitude here. I would probably jump over on the, on the Spectrum site, and there's the help channel there, XSpace, and then ask around a little bit. They may have some advice there. Of course, you can always kind of uninstall and reinstall. The other thing that you might consider doing is maybe deleting your user folder. And, that's another thought that you might have. Yeah, here's that ship, you guys. It's still out there. And I don't necessarily want to... Oh, yeah, there's another tag is saying you might try running an administrator mode. Probably not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll get back to mine in here. Looks like they just kind of flew off, and... Is that a set of doublers right there? No, just a single. Oh, I do have a scan over there. Well, I tell you what, we're already at 75% Quantanium. Hey, Ratherby, how are you tonight? Ryan Ford, welcome to the channel as well. Ryan Ford says, do you have to do it in your hangar and verify the ship? No, I don't think it's anything to do with verifying the ship or anything like that, Ryan. It sounds like you can't start the game at all. But nice suggestion. Ratherby says, morning from India for a few more days. How's it going? Heading back to the States soon, then I can finally mine again. You know what? It's not. It's a little slow tonight. We just kind of landed and have been flying around for a little bit of hydrogen. We haven't found anything yet, but you know what? Just like, you know, Ratherby, you know, it's a good night anyways. You know, it's always fun to just mine and you know, obviously we're hoping to find something here soon, but no big deal. And that's an excellent tip Ratherby's making. You know, Xbase, are you installed on an SSD? Because definitely you're going to want to be installed on an SSD drive. A couple of other tips there. I hope that those... Well, that's interesting. Nobody answers on Spectrum. You know, I tell you, generally speaking, there's a help channel there, and it's usually manned pretty good. 970 Pro, yep, that's a fine SSD. That will work just fine for the game. Yeah, I think it's what I have, actually, is a 970 Pro. M2, yep, nice. Yeah, that's a nice drive for sure. There's some doublers, you guys. I mean, outside of kind of blowing all the files away and re-downloading, you know, I always hate to offer that as a suggestion, but, you know, I'm not going to tell you I haven't had to do it myself. AK-47, hi from Germany. Nice stream, keep it up. Thank you, AK. That's very kind of you. You know, if anybody in the community has some more, you know, potential thoughts for you know, for Xbase here, you know, he's just trying to start the game, and sounds like it won't start. So, you know, I definitely, like I said, I normally go to the help channel on Spectrum for that stuff, and normally I find people are there, but you know, it's Monday night, it might be a little quiet. So, yeah, 52, if you're having some problems scanning the rocks, sometimes you want to put your nose down on them a little bit, and then try to do it to different rocks, almost to the point where you get close enough to them where it says, you know, you're gonna crash into them or whatever, and then, you know, try different ones. That's can be helpful. Well, here's another rock we can't mine, you guys. It's a 6700 at 25%. Not a bad rock. That is, you know, there's a, you know, this would be the second larger one. You know, that wouldn't be bad. So it sounds like, well, Ratherby's saying I would delete the game and reinstall first. I agree with that. Ratherby's absolutely right on with that. But before you do, make sure that the OS is updated. Yeah, make sure that you do have all of your updates in place too. And make sure your drivers and video drivers and those types of things are all up to date. That sounds great. So it sounds like Tiger is on a decent rock. And let's kind of look around and see if we had his icon before. Yeah, so let's go ahead and head over to Tiger and see what he is. He's found something over there. Let's go see what he has. So I'm trying to clear my route here, but that's wasn't being helpful. Oh, it did clear. All right, so I just want to grab an OM marker first, and we'll do that. We're going to lift off, and we're going to work our way over to Tiger. It sounds like he's got a 3,000. Oh, he's got some doublers, and both of them have a little bit in it. That's really good. That sounds awesome, 5-2. We'll kind of head your way. I appreciate it. So that's the beauty of having somebody kind of come help a scout. 5-2 kind of graciously offered to come just, you know, and it looks like he's over by Teddy's, so we'll just kind of fly right in there. We'll burn our way over to 5-2, and he's on some doublers that are real nice. So we'll kind of make, you know, we may have to break both of them up, but we'll break both of them up, and then we will, hey, you know what, Xbase, go ahead and delete the anti-cheat folder and relaunch then too. That, I've had to do that before, where the anti-cheat kind of was messing with me, and I had to delete the anti-cheat folder and try and relaunch it, and that got me started. So you might try that as well before you kind of go through the full-blown, you know, full bore on the reboot, you know, on reinstalling all the files. For sure. And community, I appreciate you guys chipping in and helping Xbase out a lot. I mean, there's nothing more, as all of us have experienced, there's nothing more frustrating to get excited about playing a game and then you go to install it, and it won't install, and you're hitting these little snags. And Star Citizen's, no exception to that rule. I mean, we all kind of, definitely, love the, video gaming, and man, there's not, I can really appreciate that. I mean, it is, terribly, terribly frustrating sometimes when you're trying to get into it, just get in and enjoy something and you can't. So we're gonna keep working our way over towards Tiger. He's 9,000 meters in closing. He's on these doublers over here. And boy, there's lots of rocks over this way. He's in a good area. And so we already owe Tiger a few space bucks for helping us this last stream for sure. So it's not lost on me. So we'll have to get him on this ledger as well. And that's I love splitting the profits with people. That's for sure, especially if they come help out. So I am right here, Tiger, and I appreciate that. Appreciate these. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Ooh, look at that pretty red Connie, you guys. Look at that beautiful red Connie. Let's go ahead and get a side view of the red Connie before we get too crazy there. That is a beautiful constellation. That's a nice looking ship, you guys. That is a nice looking ship. I love that Connie. 5.2, is that an Andromeda? Is that an Andro? Yeah, I can see it probably is. I can see the back end of it. So what do we have here? This guy here, we're going to be breaking both these rocks down, so this is great. They're both a little bit smaller. This is a 41%er though. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just break these both down and then take the pickings out of the best of them. So you can see here, I'm going to reposition myself a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just, swing around here and use the dark part, of where the sun is facing to get into the UI. Just so when we kind of get in here and close, we have nice dark UI. I'm going to hit G a couple times. That's going to loosen up the laser head. And we're going to go ahead and crank the intensity up to 100%. Nice. It's an Andro, you guys. Nice vehicle. So welcome aboard, everybody. We, with a little help from 5.2, we were able to locate a doubler here, but both of them need to be cracked in order to, kind of get the best pickings out of both of them. So we got some work to do on the old mining stream, and this is exactly why we do the mining. So this is awesome. So, I had it cranked up pretty good, and it is a 1.83 instability. If I start kind of flirting with it falling out, I don't mind it. What I don't want to do is have it get into overcharge if I can avoid it. It's being a little bit spunky. I think I'll go ahead and just fire a brand. It definitely is. It was trying very desperately to kind of jump up there a little bit, and so we'll just kind of roll it in easy here. It was definitely wasn't being real friendly at that 1.85 instability, so we'll just kind of make it easy. Mike Hunt says, I didn't know you were able to move the laser. Mike, you're not the first person who said that before. And so that's why I love doing this stream, because collectively we all get to learn from each other. Lots of people kind of learn that, and they're like, holy mackerel, I didn't know you could move the laser around like that. It's a nice thing to be able to do, articulate the laser head a little bit. So you hit G a couple of times in order to do that, and then it absolutely helps. That's the kind of stuff I love when people kind of learn little things on the mining stream like that. Now, this broke up to a lot of purples, you guys, and it should have, right? It was a very small mass, so, we'll go ahead and take a look here and see how we're doing. That was a 31%. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, that's the beauty here. That's a 44%. Did not break up clean. Let's see what we have here. That's a 46%. So, yuck. That didn't break up clean at all, so... But that's all right, and that's nothing there. There's a couple more pieces here, so there is a 42% at an 800 and some mass, so about half this stuff is Quantanium. So we're going to be, this didn't break up clean at all, this guy, so no big deal. just going to kind of keep on seeing if we can kind of deal with it. It's a 1.85. It's right on the bubble. Sometimes these will hold stable, and sometimes they really get kind of sideways. So, looks like so far we're okay. I'm going to kind of spunk it back up a touch. You know, I'd rather it fall out once again than go to the overcharge. If it's going to go to the overcharge, I'm going to turn the laser right off. Looks like we're able to do this break here. And it broke. So, we're moving on. And here's a 444. Yeah, there's nothing broke 100% over this way. So this is definitely, you know, we're gonna have to do our best with this thing. But it's definitely a mess. You know, over here on this break was not clean, but that is okay. We have another rock, and we'll try and hopefully get as much of that as we can out of there. I'm at 5% laser intensity. This is only a 444 mass, so it's not. You know, I kind of bucked it back up to 7. Let's see if it'll fall out at 7 or hang in there. It seems to be hanging in there. I'm going to kind of roll it up to 9 a little bit. And, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just kind of keep on this guy and get this thing broke down. And this will probably be the last break, I think, on this rock, and we'll move over to the other rock. Cross our fingers and hope that one breaks just a touch cleaner. A lot of halves and halves over here. And then that rock, and then... There was one underneath here. Oh, yep, there was one underneath here, I think. Oh, yeah, that one had some in it, too. So, yeah, there's a bunch of these that had little amounts in them, for sure. So, we'll kind of get this guy cranked up and see if we can't get a kind of close up in there. Good, 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 good. We're at 10% laser intensity, and we're just kind of working this guy. Kind of finishing off the last bit of this brant. And hopefully it's not going to get too crazy. It did fall out there, you know, and that's just one of the risks you take. We're just trying to hold it steady here for a little bit longer. Good break. Alright, well that's definitely the last of the breaks here for sure. Every single rock had a little bit in it. Not a great, you know, not a great, you know, not perfect, but you know, nothing to complain about either. You know, we're happy to swing over and break this guy up. Another little guy, you know, at 26%. So we'll just kind of go ahead and maybe we'll get lucky and see if we can't get a little bit cleaner break on this, but we'll have to see. No guarantees. Gotta pivot around here. Oh, why is my gear down? I just noticed. In my shadow. That's awesome. Not sure why my gear was down, but I probably hit N instead of M. That happens sometimes. That's just like I noticed in the shadow all of a sudden. I looked down. I'm like, man, my gear's down. That's weird. It's definitely just kind of working our way up into the optimal. You know, 1.75 is usually kind of an auto fire on a brand. I do sometimes when they're... I sometimes will give them an opportunity. Definitely don't want to go into the overcharge there, so I kind of fell back as it was spiking. And feathering back and forth, you can see we're getting a little bit, we're doing all right so far. We're just kind of working it. Looks like we could potentially get a break here if we're lucky. Looks like we did. Oh, it looks like it fell out there for a sec. Oh, here we go. Kind of racing it back up. Good break. So, E-Razor TV says, I love Lyria mining. Just put my first video on this exact topic. 100% best place to go for huge profits. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, look at that, you guys. There's a dead break. So, we're batting 1,000 up, and that's 60%. This broke up just fabulous here. This is nothing here. There's a purple. Yeah, Lyria is absolutely, you know, a great place to come for profits, for sure. There's 25%. Ooh, both these rocks just broke up. So terrible, you guys. And that's but that's okay. You know, it's just fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. What do we got here? This is a 45%er, and then there's one in the ground there too. Oh yeah, let's see here. We're gonna make the FLTRXL earn its keep this time. That's nothing. Alright, so let's break this guy. We do have one dead break here. It's nothing we can do about that. And a dead break is when you break a rock and it loses its outline. It's just one of those things. It started happening about a month ago. And it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. You just see it now and then. So we are really going to have to kind of work our tail off to get a decent haul out of this one. And part of it is because it broke up so just yucky. Both rocks were kind of small and didn't break well. So it's, you know, a lot of 50%ers and 60%ers. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to be, this is kind of fun. We're going to be fighting to kind of get the most on board that we possibly can. This should be the last break before we have to begin scooping. And I don't think there's 100%er to be had, believe it or not. But that doesn't happen much. You know, we'll have to see though. We'll go ahead and give these guys a scan and see if we get lucky. There's a 68%er. That's nothing. That's nothing. Well, maybe we did get lucky on this break. Maybe that one of these will have a hundo in it. Hey, there's a hundo. We'll start with extracting that guy. But we'll take it. There's not gonna be a whole lot of hundos here, you guys. So we're gonna take the ones we get. That's for sure. There's another hundo. We'll pick that guy up. All right. So just kind of, we know that there's a lot of these that don't, you know, aren't great. So that's a 25. We're going to kind of stay away from the 25 for now. Anything that's north of 50, I think we have to take. That's another 25. You see what I'm talking about, you guys? Nothing in that one. I don't think there was anything in this one either. Oh, that's a 60, and I missed it. Well, let's break that guy down. No big deal. We'll go ahead and fire a brand. And you got plenty of time here, you guys. You don't have to... No panic. There's plenty of time to do an extra break. Absolutely plenty of time here. And an opportunity for maybe another 100%er. So we definitely want to try and do that. Easy break, you guys. Nice and simple. 12%. Kind of feathering back and forth, but keeping it nice and steady. Alright, we'll go ahead and start just scanning this guy and see what we get. That's a nothing. That's a good sign. Normally when they break up like that, when you start getting 100%ers with nothing in them, yeah, that's a good sign too. So this rock broke a little cleaner, that's for sure. There's a hundo. We'll scoop that guy. Nicely done. There's a hundo. We'll grab that guy and scoop him up. There's a hundo right there. Another hundo right there. And let's see what this guy has in it. It's a 42%er. So I know that we've got some, you know, that was the dead break there. Let's go ahead and look at this guy one more time. There's a couple of kind of lower, anything north of 50 now I need to grab. Yeah, this guy here, we know we're not going to get, you know, much cleaner. A 66% is you know, is fairly clean in this particular pile. Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy real quick. Nothing? Let's take a look at this guy real quick. Nothing. Yeah, right. So let's go ahead and look back at this pile here. We know that there was some kind of 50%ers and that kind of a thing in here. And we'll just kind of start kind of picking through them and seeing how we do. That's a 44. So we'll kind of keep that in our mind. There's some 25s left in that other pile over there. And that's a 46. Not much cleaner. This is what I was talking about. This one broke up just kind of yucky. That's 40%, but it's only, you know. I think there's a couple 50%ers over here, though. That had nothing. What about this guy? Hey, there's a hundo. We'll pick that guy up right away. We're working here for our money today. That's a 31. Okay. That is nothing. I got a couple of purples here down in the... That's nothing. There's a hundo. We'll scoop that one. Alright, I know I can see one more under there. Oh, can I see that one? I can, just barely. Watch. I just got to get right there in the perfect spot. That's a hundo. We'll take it, even though it's little. It's right in there. Good, 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 good. Oh, you can see that the big one kind of moved and flattened its way out on there. There's a 33. That's a hundo. We'll take that. Little guy. There's one more piece down there. I think this big rock kind of moved on it. Yep, no problem. We'll start scooping here of the other ones that we had. So we're going to get north of 20 here, I think. But we're definitely going to start taking on some Garbola now as well. So this guy here and this guy here. A couple of big rocks, but you know, only half of it was Quantanium. 21, 22 SCU. So we're working hard to get our SCU on board now, but these rocks just didn't break that clean, and that's just kind of what happens sometimes. And these little guys are here. And that's going to do it. 24 SCU, right about. And we're going to be heading back to Arcal 1. And, you know, not a bad haul, but certainly that rock did not break up super clean. So pull the mining laser in. We'll start kind of lifting off. We'll spool the quantum drive, and we'll start heading back towards Arcal 1. Off we go. And we will go throw this guy in the hopper. So 23.9 or 8 SCU, not a you know, certainly not a unicorn by any stretch of the imagination, but a respectable run. And we will, you know, and certainly the way those two rocks broke, they were both real small mass. I mean, I think you know, one of them was sub 3,000. Maybe they both were sub 3,000. They were both right around 3,000. And no, 5.2. Thank you for finding those. That 24 SCU is better than anything I had found so far. So no, they you know what? Sometimes they just break. They break how they break, and you just, you know, I am happy to haul in 24 SCU any day of the week. So. And it's good to, you know, it's interesting when sometimes you have to break, you know, more than one rock down to make the best of it. So, you know, we had to work pretty hard at that, but we're happy to get the 24 SCU on board, and off we go. Sandy Claus, how you doing tonight, Sandy? Nice to see you. How you been? Nice to see you, Sandy. That's for sure. Awesome. All right, we're out of first quantum. We will kind of spool up for second quantum. And we will begin heading towards RKL1 Wide Forest Station. Very nice. And Sandy says, not bad, working in DaVinci and OBS. Nice job, Sandy. That's awesome. Learning, you know, it's always fun to learn a new skill, and I've definitely enjoyed doing, you know, kind of learning kind of some marginal, you know, some marginal video editing and learning OBS a little bit. I've really enjoyed it, you know. I never dreamed I would enjoy streaming as much as I enjoyed. I do. Nice to see the. Oh, thank you, Sandy. The subs are up to 612. That's true. I suppose well, you know, you know, as the segue goes, you know, if you do like the channel, too, you know, I haven't said it in the stream yet. Like and sub one. You know, give me a like, sub. If you like mining content, this is what we do on the mining stream. We do Lyria mining. We do Aaron Halo mining. We're definitely going to do a deep dive into the mining gadgets, but it's very blue collar, very straightforward. We just kind of go out there and do the mining and answer questions and have a nice time on the mining stream. So I called for the pad. I'm going to go ahead and bring the landing gear down in preparation. I'm going to trim back the velocity, and we're just going to kind of bring this guy in and set her down. Do, you know, a nice kiss landing, hopefully, you know, and just go ahead and go throw this guy in the refiner. Right. Sweet. Beautiful run there. Nice. We'll do a post-flight here, repair and refuel and kill the engines, back out of the pilot's chair, and down to the refinery we go. So I have no complaints about that. Joey Goodwin. Good evening, Joey. How are you, sir? Nice to see ya. How you been? Yeah, awesome. So we'll go ahead and go throw this this in the refinery, and we will head back out and do another run. Yeah, call. Oh, hey, I always love it with the elevators right there. That's awesome. Into the lobby. Down to the lobby we go to store the old prospector and go put this first run of Quantanium in the hopper. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and store the prospector here. Awesome. Claim. Retrieve. Perfect. Now we will head down and go to the refinery and throw this in the hopper. Sandy's like, nice to see you on at a decent night time for me. Yeah, you know, Sandy, I definitely kind of mix it up. I still haven't really set an actual, you know, schedule to do the mining stream. I just kind of play it by ear when life is, you know, when life kind of works out where it would be okay. But you know, at some point I definitely want to get a regular schedule going for the mining stream. That's for sure. Joey Goodwin says, doing great. Figured I would join you in the verse for some mining and martini. Hey, I'll take mine filthy. You know, I like my martinis filthy. You know, so Joey, that's nothing wrong with that. An extra olive and Lots of olive in there. So. Alright, so we'll head on over to the refinery here and get this offloaded. Stairs we go.
Hey, back again, I see. Welcome. See anything you like?
Ooh, Sandy says I got some seasoned, some well-aged scotch. Nice, like to hear that. Very nice. Is that work order? We will go and do. I'll go to the Dynex solvenation again. We'll confirm that. And you can see we got a few work orders complete here. And a few that are still cooking. A couple that are still cooking here. So, not doing too bad. We'll take that. Drac, nice to see you tonight, Drac. How you doing? Drac says, reality is what sneaks up to bite you on the butt while you're busy making other plans. That's exactly right, Drac. It is, you know, it's so funny. I mean, I would be, it's, if I wing it and just kind of jump on when I can, it's cool. But I know for sure if I were to do a regular schedule right now, I'd probably be late or, you know, having to make other plans. You never know. You know, life always has, life always has other plans than Star Citizen mining for me. Oh, yeah. Joey says, I'm a huge lover of LeVay. Yeah, that's awesome. I hope I said that right, you guys. Nicely done. Now I'm going to do a little point here. Let's take a look at the old prospector. I did burn through a few brands. Yeah, that's just exactly what I thought. Oh, I don't want to do a stampede there, you guys. Let me get myself out of the elevator. There we go. We'll go back, right back here and take a look at the prospector. Utility. We'll make sure we throw a fresh brand on there just like we want. Good. We'll save that guy and call it good. Sandy's saying we need to get together and do a rock night for fun. ROC, remote ore collector. I agree with that, Sandy. I think that would be a lot of fun. You know, the rock mining loop. You guys have heard me say it many times. I adore the rock mining loop, and I do. It's an awesome mining loop. It's super fun. I do wish they would fix the extraction bug. But other than that, I love rock mining. It's a great night on Star Citizen. It's cool to have to haul your vehicles and, you know, all the little kind of levels of it are just fantastic. Pad 2, off we go. Drax says, planning things ahead tends to lead to comments of premeditated being tossed about in the corner. There you go. That's a very good point, Drax. That is awesome. Yeah, rock mining would be, you know, a rock mining night would be lots and lots and lots of fun. And I don't know if, Sandy, you probably know this, but, you know, you can pop the Hadanite nodes that the ROC mines with the prospector really fast. I have a video, like, where I show people how to do that on the channel. You know, you can actually very quickly pop those Hadanite clusters with the prospector. And then just kind of use the ROCs to do some extraction stuff. Now, there's nothing wrong with, you know, the old-fashioned way, is just using the ROC to break the ROC nodes, but mix it up a little bit. It's kind of fun. Sometimes using the prospector as a kind of a scout and a breaker on those. And then just kind of, you know, while the ROCs are busy extract, because you can, like, pop a 9-stack of those things in, like, 3 minutes with the prospector. And then you can have, while the ROCs are busy extracting and kind of pulling them all in, you can be off with the prospector looking for more rocks to pop. Now you got to keep the engine. You got to stay back a little bit and keep the engines away, because they'll scatter them to the 4 winds. But it's definitely a doable thing. All right, we'll go back to Lyria one more time. We'll double dip. We see Tiger over there still kind of maybe trying to find some rocks. we will kind of head back towards ArtCorp and see if we can't go to Lyria and you know, make a few more space bucks tonight. Drax says, when I talk the wife into letting me spend for SC, you know I'll be looking for someone to show me the ropes. Drax, I'll tell you what, you know, that's me. I understand what you mean. You know, you got to be careful, you know, when you get involved with Star Citizen. It's, maybe Tiger would agree with me. It can sneak up on you in a hurry, you know. But the good news is you don't really need much more than the starting ship. And quite honestly, if you buy a starting ship that's got a little bit of interior space, it's a great way to start, you know, just doing some box missions and those types of things. So, Sandy says that he doesn't really, I don't think I have a good one. Absolute favorite is Aberfieldy. Interesting. Not sure I've heard of Aberfieldy. But that's, you know, I'm no connoisseur, that's for sure. All right, so off to ArtCorp we go. We're going to head back towards Lyria one more time and see if we can't find something to mine, and go from there. Drax says, forgot about things that go bump in the night. We like things to go boom in the black. Yeah, that's exactly right. They go boom in the black for sure, Drax. I love it. And Drax, you know, you're always welcome to come hang out, and always happy to teach you the ropes when it comes to mining and anything Star Citizen related. A lot of people who come and visit the channel, you know, they do kind of come back and hang out and do find that, you know, we definitely like hanging with people, encouraging people to play, and trying to kind of teach people the best, you know, the best methods that we can in order for them to have a successful time in Star Citizen. It's really one of the main reasons why I do this. I would be, if I wasn't streaming tonight, I would still be on Star Citizen doing this exact same thing. So, I mean, I truly do love mining in Star Citizen, and I love showing people how it goes. And, you know, I always think that the best way to teach is to teach by example. And so, now what are you sitting on anything over there, Tiger? Do I need to come your way and look? Sandy says, we don't hang out. Well, maybe, you know. It's true, Sandy. I mean, the one time we just kind of, you know, coordinated some help over your way. But lots of people who do join the channel, they'll do come hang out in mine with me. Drax says, I ain't proud and I ain't picky. All I want is a starter ship big enough to get me out of there, maybe enough hauling space to carry an ROC or something I can, gets my feet wet mining as soon as possible. Tell you what, Drax, there's nothing wrong. I'll tell you right off the bat. There is nothing wrong with something like the Nomad. You know, the Nomad will actually haul the ROC. It's kind of fun because it's like the space pickup, you know, a decent little ship. And certainly is, you know, has enough combat prowess to do some of the entry level bounty hunting stuff. You know, and a little bit of cargo. So, you know, that's not a bad, you know, when that thing goes on sale, it's not a bad idea. I'll head over to buy Teddy's. There was quite a bit over that way. First time we looked. Of course, the Cutlass Black, you know, is an excellent rock hauler too. It's a little bit more pricey, you know, than an entry-level ship, but a great ship nonetheless. The MSR is a great ship as well. But all that stuff you can buy in game, Drac. You don't have to buy anything. If you just get a nice starter ship and you know, if you splurge a little bit maybe for the Avenger Titan, that would be good. But even if you just start out with the most basic Aurora, you will find your way, and you feel better for it when you earn the stuff in game. You really do. You know, when I first started, I hand mined. I ran box missions at first, but then I did hand mining until I could afford the ROC. I had a Cutlass Black, which I originally, that's in 2014 when I backed, I had the Cutlass Black. So I had the Cutlass Black, which was great, and then you know, I flew they were giving away the 100 series at that time. And so I used the 100 series to fly over to Daymar, do a lot of hand mining after box missions. kind of learning the basics, and then I ROC mined until I could afford I hand mined until I could afford an ROC. I ROC mined until I could afford a prospector, and I prospectored until I could buy my mole. And it's just a good feeling to do that, to kind of have that that sense of progression, and you really can have that in Star Citizen when it comes to mining. There is a wonderful sense of progression. In the mining loop. So this guy here is an 8%er at 4,800, and this one right here is a 3,700 at 2.2%. Mike Hunt says you can do many bounties in most anything. I was doing 17.5k bounties in a stock Origin 100i. I agree with Mike. You can. And first of all, I like the 100. I like the 100C. I have a 135C, but yes, you can do some halfway decent bounty hunting. Especially early level bounty hunting in any starter ship. You absolutely can do it. Joey Goodwin says hearing your Misk and my Misk talking at the same time is trippy. Yeah, I can appreciate that, Joey. That's hilarious. Kag, how you doing, Kag? Says, hey, sorry, I've been lurking. Got an upgrade for my Warthog. Nice. The slew analog that comes stock is horrid. Company makes a replacement that's an actual analog stick. That's awesome, Cag. Needed a fine tune in the dead zone. Was pulling left and maybe landing hard. Yeah, I can appreciate sometimes, when you got to kind of, tune up those sticks, especially the more expensive ones. Getting your dead zones just right and making sure that, it's acting just how you want it is a little bit of an art. But when you get it that way, man, they're really nice. That's awesome. Drax says, in Elite Dangerous, of course, everyone starts with a little basic Sidewinder. I am now on 3 cutters, 2 T10s, 3 Anacondas, 2 Corvettes, plus a crap load of medium and small ships. And Drax, that's what will happen in Star Citizen 2. Once you kind of get your feet, once you kind of start making a few space bucks, you absolutely can, just round out your fleet and the ships that you want. Now, I tend to stay with a lot of the industrial ships, but you know what? You can kind of, once you kind of figure out the kind of the money loop, you can absolutely do the exact same thing in Star Citizen as well. 52 saying do the ERTs with the snub fighter. Don't do that right off the bat. That's a little bit more of an advanced tactic. That's awesome. Well, we found some doublers here. Let's go in and take a look at them. We're looking for a nice juicy rock tonight. That'd be all right. We'll go ahead and pull out the old mining laser and get ready to scan these guys. So we had 124 SCU, it's like 23 and some change, but about almost 24 SCU that we've taken back to the hopper so far. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at some more rocks here and see if we can't, make a few more space bucks here. Now, these guys aren't scanning, but don't panic. You just kind of, you just kind of, if you hug them, get in close a little bit. Sometimes you swap in and out of mining mode, they'll start scanning. That's just a 2%er. That's not going to do it for us. And this is not going to be a great rock either. Another 2%er at 4840. Let me check the time here, you guys. All right, we're looking around here for something more to mine. Sandy says the radio station is coming along nicely. I think, Sandy, you and I talked about that, where you were kind of going to do like a, kind of a cool, like maybe mix type thing, like a radio station, and that's going to have like a radio Star Citizen type of thing that's going to have some kind of in-game news and mixing some music and that kind of thing. That sounds really awesome, Sandy. I like that idea. Drag says, I gotta go find a video showing one of those Nomad ships. Drag, I think you'd like, it's the space truck. Is that, Drag, I think you'd like the Nomad. It's cool. It's got like an open back. You can actually drive the ROC right up into that open back. It's cool. It's a kind of a neat ship if you're really planning on doing kind of the miner lifestyle. It's got enough flexibility where, you can load the ROC. It's just a good ship. I like it. It's not everybody's favorite, but I do dig it. David West says, I've spent way too much on this game. But I've not been in a PTU for years, but I'm going to get back into the game like a complete noob. David, sometimes it's nice to just kind of like let yourself kind of just go back and enjoy the beginning of it. You know, I agree with that. Now, it's funny, as much as oh my gosh, you guys, I want so bad to go, as soon as the PTU drops, to go check out the mining gadgets. So I am fighting the urge. Like, I did the PTU a couple patches ago, and like, I did the whole issue council thing, and I'm not saying it was a bad experience, because it wasn't, but it definitely kind of consumed so much of my just time, you know, that I was just like super infatuated with like testing all of the stuff. And so I decided that I wasn't going to do the PTU this time around, but man, I am fighting with myself because the mining gadgets are such an important part of the gameplay loop. You know what I mean? So I know what you mean, David. CAG says $45 for the 100 I with game access. Trade value's $50. For 5 more, you can get the Avenger Titan, which has 8 SCU of storage, and utility is usually is for $70. That's a $20 off the Titan. I didn't really realize they were running the Titan at such a good deal, CAG, right now. That is a very good deal, you know, for the Titan. And the Titan, you know, it's going to come as no surprise, you guys. The Titan is, I think, undoubtedly, you know, kind of the best starter ship, as far as, you know, between versatility and firepower, that size 4, you know, hard point on the nose. It just is a little bit of a. It's hard to really frown on the old Space Penguin. It's a good ship, and you can go a long way. You can do a lot of bountying in that. You can do obviously a lot of hauling in that. I mean, as far as early game stuff, like, you know, there's room, there's a bed, there's that type of thing. Not cargo hauling in that thing, but it's a good starter ship. It really is. Boxes and stuff like that work just fine in it. And Sandy's kind of in-game radio host talking 3 songs, 1 to 2 ads, 3 songs, 1 to 2 ads, sign off. Yeah, got 2 different orgs, submits recruitment videos, and yeah, I like that idea, Sandy. It's kind of Star Citizen Radio. I love that idea. CAG says it's a bit of voodoo, but you just upgrade that 100i in the pledge store. Yeah, there's a CCU chain. It's if you buy the 100i, then you can upgrade it because the 100i is normally worth more. There's lots of videos on that stuff, and like info runners videos are really good about CCU stuff. They actually info runners, you guys just did a great video too, by the way, on which are the best small ships to buy. You know, very interesting. I didn't get through it all. I started watching it, and I just, you know, I got distracted with other things. But, you know, very good video. Info runners just put that one out, and I would recommend watching it. It's, you know, usually Algorid and you know, and those guys, they really, you know, they really do understand a lot about the ships. They do some deep dives that are really impressive. Star Citizen is blessed to have some really fabulous content creators. I mean, I can name off a bunch of them. You know, there's just some, you know, some awesome voices, some awesome folks. Oh man, I'm just kind of slow boating here. You turn up the speed. It just dawned on me, I'm just flying around at like 150, you guys, just talking with you, just kind of not really, you know, enjoying the night, not really, just not flying too fast. Here, we'll pick it up. There's some doublers. We'll get rewarded for just kind of cruising around. Sandy says, you know, Cuddy, not Titan. Yeah, the Cutlass Black's a great ship, no question. Tag says it's a bit, yeah, exactly. The voodoo thing is, you know, the CCU chain thing is something that you can kind of learn, and it's a buying ships when they're like at a value, and then as they go up in value, you know, it's trading them in. This could be a decent rock, you guys. Not bad. We'll do the math on that one. That's a 5,400. Like, you see a 5,399 at 28, almost 29%. I like it. So that definitely could be one that we mine for sure. Let's take a look at this one. Another good rock, you guys. This is, oh wow, this is a real nice rock, you guys. This is a 40-40. This is a 4390 at 45%. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get in here and start breaking this 40-40 down. Now, I don't think that we'll need this 53 at 30. I don't believe that we will. But I'll tell you what, it will all depend on how this rock breaks. So, you know, if we play our cards right here, we should definitely be flying away with a uni. But we'll want to make sure that we just are real sharp about the way we handle this. And we're going to get right in here and tuck in close. Use the dark, use the sun, you know, the shade of the sun. Get in here, and we are going to break this guy down first. And so this 4390 45, this is almost 40 SCU. So if this breaks clean in hundos, we should have plenty. If for some reason it breaks like trash, we'll break the other rock too, and then we'll just do the best pickings between the two rocks. Now we don't necessarily have to do that if this guy breaks clean. So we're going to hit G a couple times. We're going to free up the laser. We're going to begin working this situation here. Good opportunity here to get a unicorn between the two rocks. And Tiger, you can fly my way if you want to just kind of fly Overwatch over this way, and I'll make sure you get on these. You can kind of stop the scouting, and if you don't mind, you can fly over this way and do some Overwatch and maybe escort in, and we'll call it good after this. Joey says, want help? I think I'm okay, Joey, right now. I do super duper appreciate the offer. I think we're going to be able to, we'll definitely be able to break these just fine. Chris Bates says a uni and a pony. Yeah, that would be awesome. That's funny, Chris. I like it. So we're starting to break in here. Now look at that jump. Jumped right up there super fast, you guys. I had to really feather the laser back. It slipped into the optimal and almost got into overcharge like that quick. So we're gonna definitely keep our eye on this guy. We're doing good here. We're doing good. We're at 80% or so. It did fall out. I'm gonna kind of crank it back up here, and we're gonna keep. It is a 1.9 instability. Now normally that absorbs okay, but this is a very high percentage of Quantanium. So I think what I will do is just kind of fire a brand, and we won't mess around at all. We don't want a funny break here at all. We just want to kind of control this thing and have it break nice and clean. .52 says guns are inbound. I appreciate that, sir. And Cag says I'll be headed that way too with my arrow to test a few things, test some settings. Love it. Love it, Cag. Appreciate that. Drax says, found a video for the Nomad. Guys, this should be a pretty clean break here. I'm sold. Give me some monster truck tires on it and a 4x4 kit, and I'll take 2. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. That's great. Well, that's a good sign, you guys. There's a big rock there, but with 100% nothing in it. So that's a good sign usually early. What do we have here? We're looking for hundos here. This is going to be a hundo. That's 427. That's 8 SCU. That's 100%. What about this guy? This is another hundo. This is 10 SCU. So there's 18 at 100%. That's great. What's this guy? Oh, I got a radar lock. Let me just double check and see who that is. That's probably Tiger coming on in. You always want to double check, even if you don't know, you want to double check, and I think that's more than likely Tiger. And so there's an 84%er there, and so yeah, looks like there's one more. Yeah, that's nothing there. How big is this one that's down in the? That's an 84%. And that's nothing, and that's nothing. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to break this nothing burger down here first. And I'm doing that just so I can clear it a little bit. I do, when I break that bigger one up, you know, it looks like I'm going to end up having to break both these rocks just to be sure. But I am going to break this piece down here first. And see if I can break it away, because there's a big chunk underneath there. And Cag, I will try and send you an invite, sir, just so you have one. There you go, sir. Because 5-2 and I are already in the group there. Yeah, I just was hoping some of this might fall away, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. And I'm going to break this guy up a little bit too. I'm just going to break these guys down and get them out of the way as much as I can. I'll probably have to break this other one, I think, you guys, just to be absolutely sure that we give ourselves the best possible opportunity to get a uni here. I'm just kind of breaking these guys down, and hopefully just a lot of the trash falls away. Drax says, back off and blow chunks. That's exactly right. It's funny. So, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful couple rocks here. I'm just kind of hoping to break this one up and hoping to just kind of make it fall away a little bit. Probably won't, but, you know, we're just trying to free up some space because there's one that's impacted there that's got quite a bit of Quantanium in it. It's this 84%er here. So, I am going to begin breaking that guy up. And there's you can see the Connie right there. Now this is an 84%, so we'll get this guy broke up here. We will definitely fire some brands to do it.
Warning, power critical.
It just kind of lagged there for just a sec, so I did put a little bit of mustard into it for a second. But that's okay. We've got it clearly under control now. There's a touch of lag as I roll back the mouse wheel there. But no big deal. Squarely under control now. Joey says, I would love the tractor beam module or some way to move rocks out of the way. Man, Joey, I cannot agree more with that. I am looking forward to that 615P. Or even the Connies having a little. Yeah, this is exactly. See, I loosened them up a little bit so you could see that we broke some of the rocks and we gave it a little bit of a charge there. And now we're gonna break down the rest of these 100%ers. There's some nice hundos here. And we're gonna break this guy down. Awesome. Yeah, you know, using the tractor beams to move the junk rocks out of the way, to make, you know, stacks of the good rocks that you want to, you know, as a sorting machine. You know, it's just, I can't wait for that part, Joey. I agree with you 1000%. All right. I tried to be sneaky there. Now I see the middle branch fell off, so I'm out of charges there, but I still have charges, you know, 5 charges on the lowest branch. So we're still in really good shape here. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag, you guys. It's interesting. No big deal though. We're gonna fight our way through it. And yeah, we'll kind of get this guy cranked back up to about 9%. We'll get this broke okay, but just definitely just a touch of lag there. Nice 100%er. Yeah, she fell out just a touch there too. So, boy, she's swinging awful wild for a 0.52. No big deal. We'll just kind of try and keep her trapped right there in the center, best we can. On the old mining stream today, we're having to work a little bit, and that's good. Stay focused and keep our head down and Looks like we got a good break going here. Good, good. All right, so we have 18 SCU there. Now that's interesting. Now we do have one more rock down there. Look at that, you guys. We've kind of another 100%er. So we knew that there was another one, a sneaky other rock around. So that's kind of cool that we found that guy. And very low, you know, very small mass, 471 mass. Don't need to keep a ton on that guy. Keeping an eye on that one that might roll out in front of it. I'll turn the laser off if it does. Very, very cool. Percentages there. Oh, fell out of touch. I'll kind of crank her back up. In she goes back. The old eyes wander over to the chat sometimes. And good break. Yeah, I love it. We're really kind of busting them up good there. So I think we're in pretty good shape here now. Let me kind of take and get a little bit of perspective here. Oh, there's CAG. Okay, I was just kind of seeing where CAG was at. And I am gonna break down this other rock and see if there's a hundo in it to break down. So let's just kind of break this, do a first break on this guy. And then 5-2, you might want to back your ship away just a touch, sir. It's up to you. But I definitely would think it might be in your best interest. Just a touch back, just because I don't want to get your ship at all. Alrighty. Oh, what in the heck happened here? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just kind of... I see what happened. It just kind of... There's only a certain spot I want you to look at for the outline. That happens with some of these rocks now and then. This is a 5400. This isn't a This is a break we can absolutely do. Cag says his flight stick stopped working. A little more troubleshooting. I hear that, Cag. That's, you know, setting up the sticks can take a little bit of time. That's for sure. All right, so we're kind of scooching around here. This guy's... It's going to try to escape being broke, but it's not going to. The lasers just will... It will get it. Now, it is, you know, it's a 5400 mass, so it's not little. And we've got most of what we need over there in that other pile. There's lots of hundreds over there. I'm hoping one rock here breaks down at 100, one secondary break, and then we'll be in really good shape to get a uni on board. And so, we'll just, whenever there's an opportunity to get a uni on board, you do want to take the opportunity to give her a try. So you can see we're building energy into this guy. It is a 1.81 instability, which is not terrible. We should be able to manage this, but we'll see how it goes. We're building power into it. It's getting between 40 and 50%. And like I said, we're just hoping one piece of this will break off at 100%. We'll break down that one, and then we'll just kind of scoop the rest of that in that other rock over there. And that should be plenty. I mean, there was around 18, 20-some, 24, 25 SCU that looked like it was all straight 100%ers. So we just want one decent piece to break off of this guy at a decent clip, and then, pull a few hundos out of it, and then we'll just go over there and clean up the rest. And hopefully with a little bit of... if we're discerning on the lasers, we could get a perfect Quantanium run here. This is an opportunity. No, 5-2, it won't help. It's just one of those things. These ones that are a little bit bigger mass take a little longer to break. She's starting to cook now, though. You can hear it, and I'm about 90%. We're getting close to the optimal. And this is going to break into the green here in just a second. We're going to have to keep a real good eye on it then. Kind of leaning in. Good. She's staying right just in the first maybe 25-50% of the optimal. I am falling back a bit. I would rather it fall out, you guys, than get up near the overcharge. So far, pretty good going. I fell way back to 64%. Good break here. It looks like it's going to fall out a touch towards the end. It fell out pretty good, almost down. Look at that, almost to 90%. So we're probably going to lose it a little bit here before it kind of gets back in there. Nothing's coming easy today. That's all right. We'll just keep on digging. Almost lost all of the optimal as it fell out and was grumpy about getting back in there. But no big deal. You just kind of persevere. She fell out again. Right back up to 100 we go. Cag says he's rebooting back shortly. No problem, Kaz. Yeah, look at that. If she fell right out. I don't want to fire a Brant on this. There's no reason to generally. But I also don't want to flirt with overcharge. So I'm just kind of, digging this one out. No pun intended. And just kind of making sure that we have a good break. I try to keep it out of the overcharge. I'd rather it fall out than get into the overcharge, that's for sure. You can see she does like to swing a little wildly, but this time it looks like I caught it at the right time as it swung back. And now I'll fall out of there, and it looks like we're in good shape. She fell out a touch. Back in we go. Oh, she's fighting. Look at that, you guys. It's been when she falls out good. That's funny. No big deal. Kind of keeping, staying consistent. There she goes. Should have a good break here. All right, we're looking for one piece with 100% in here, and that's our goal. Nothing in that guy. That's a good sign. That is a 43%er. There's a 100%er at 500. Let's see if there's one that's a little bit not, just buried in the dirt there. That's going to not have a whole lot in it. What about this big boy right here sitting on the top of this planet surface? All right, so it's just like it would work, right? There's 10 SCU sitting right there, kind of buried in the dirt. What about this guy? No problem. What about this guy? That looks like almost like a dead break. We'll break this guy up first right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Chris is right. It's been a little while since we've really had to kind of earn it lately, Chris. And that's okay. We don't mind doing that. Not everything's just super easy peasy all the time. We'll fire that. We will fire that Brant and keep it honest and break this one rock down. Pull this 10 SCU up. Head over there, and then we should have a pretty good shot. Look at that. That's lag, you guys. That's what it is. And I have a little bit of lag there, for sure. Now, I got it under control, but man, I don't like to get it into the red like that. But it is what it is. I mean, it should be fine. I'm going to kind of try and break it down by the bottom of the optimal a little bit. But, and maybe a little bit of mustard will help get it up out of the ground. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So let's start here. We're going to start by scooping these hundos over here first. There was 10 SCU over here. I don't know how much of this is we're going to end up with because it was, you know, partially buried there. But we're going to grab as much of this as we can. I think there's one other piece there. No, it looks like we lost some of it. So we got about 7 or so of that. Oh, wow, there's another. We'll break that guy, too. Another hundo that was kind of buried there. Having to work today a little bit. That's for sure, and that's awesome. You know, sometimes you got to dig it out on the old mining stream. That is for sure. Good break here on the way. Joey says, I haven't found anything over single digits yet. I hear you. I get it. That's for sure. All right, you guys. I fell out there for a second. I'm going to push it back in. Yeah. Now we know that's a hundo down there as well. So we grab as much of it as we can. We know some of it fell down below. I don't know how much of that thing is. If any of this is... Oh, there's a little sliver there. Look at that, you guys. This should be 100% or 2. Let me just get right on the perfect spot. Yep. There we go. Having to work hard at finding the exact little... There's just one little sliver there. Oh, I see. I wonder if I can... There we go. A little reposition, and in it comes. Beautiful. 13 SCU. We did a little better than I was hoping on that rock, and now we can come in here. We still have to be discerning with the lasers. There's lots of 100%ers over here. Not on this side of the rock, though, now that I think about it. It's more on this side. So let's go ahead and start kind of over on this top part. We're just going to work these 100%ers. Hey, Gray Peter, welcome aboard. How you doing? Gray Peter says, first time I've seen you live. I usually watch your streams on my TV. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. That's cool. We're working on trying to get a uni here, you guys. I think we have a... If we're discerning with the lasers, we have a really good opportunity to get 32 SCU here. But we just got to kind of wait for our scan results. And definitely welcome aboard, for sure. Awesome. And I will say, you know, if you guys like mining content, like and sub. Appreciate it. There's a 99%er. We're just crossing the 20 SCU range. You know, we're going to keep on trying to keep it honest here. We definitely want to make sure everything is a 100%er that we're scooping. That's 24 SCU. That's 100% aluminum. That's why we don't want to get crazy with the lasers, you guys, right there. That 100% aluminum. All right, so I still think this guy here, though, is going to be okay. Yeah, there's a hundo. Alrighty, and what about this guy? There was definitely some good percentages down in this area. That's a hundo. All right, we're looking for one more good 100%er. Or two. What do we got there? There's a hundo. Very close to that unicorn that we like to. One more scan here. What do we got? There's a hundo. There we go. That's a unicorn run right there. We love it. We'll go ahead and pull the mining laser back out. We'll set course for Arc L1. And we will call that 32 SCU a perfect load of Quantanium. Had to work for it, I'll tell you that. Nothing didn't come easy today on the old mining stream, but we will go ahead and call that a win. That's a good load. Obviously, when you get to 32 SCU, I've always threatened about maybe getting a bell or something, you know, and ringing the bell every time you get a uni. Love it. It's that feeling never goes away when you get that full 32 SCU of Quantanium. It's just a great feeling. For some reason, I had the landing gear down again, you know. You know, and so of course we got to get this landed and in the hopper, and you know, but yeah, it is a great feeling when you get that full 32 SCU. We had to break 2 rocks and do a little bit of you know, kind of fighting through it, but you know what? We are super thrilled anytime that we kind of on the mining stream get the unicorn going. You know, like I said, it's just that's what we're out here for. The most possible Quantanium you can get in, you know, into the prospector's hold. So awesome. Daniel Mason says good luck out there. Fishing sad. I haven't been able to catch you live lately, but glad to see you putting out the content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Daniel. That's very kind of you, sir. How are you doing this evening? And also great, you know, some new faces out here tonight, you guys. I really do appreciate it. It's great that you guys are coming and chatting and being a part of the stream. Thank you for doing that. So Drac says, is there a reason I'm stopping at 32? Yeah, Drac, that's the most the prospector will hold. That's the maximum amount the prospector can hold, this 32 SCU. Now the mole can hold 96 SCU, but the prospector's maximum amount of Quantanium it can scoop up is 32 SCU, which is over 250,000 AUEC. So a very, very good run. You know, so nothing to be ashamed of there. That's as good as it gets. Kaga's going to see if he can get that stick working. And we're just going to kind of take her on into Arc L1 here. We're out of first quantum. We're going into second quantum right now. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn out the quantum drives. We will kind of, you know, crank this up. We'll come in about 350, 400 or so. You know, on a reasonable clip. We have not heard first alarm yet, and we've got a unicorn 32 SCU pure, you know, a pure run on board. Now there's a ship over there. We'll just kind of, that might be CAG. We'll kind of keep an eye on there. Looks like we're actually moving in at a pretty good clip here, 472. Couple of ships there, so it probably will have to fly around to the back normally. That's what happens. Not always, but that's what can happen. I'm going to go ahead and call for a landing here. This is great. Boom. Looks like it's full house over there on... I'll drop the gear. And lots of ships in and around Arc L1 right now. That's all right. We're just going to take it in rather easy. CAG saying he's still in the hab. No big deal, sir. It is around the back part of it. Well, little experience around Arc L1, and this is not uncommon to have to swing around to one of the back pads when the other pads are full. So we just want to take our time here. We're not in any crazy hurry. Bring her in, nice and easy. We have not heard first alarm yet, so that's great. We're going to bring her right down here. Nice kiss down landing. We're going to do post-flight here. We're going to just kind of repair. Great. Peter says he's watching from the UK. I'll tell you, Peter, it was so cool the other day. We had folks from lots of different places. Ratherby was on earlier from India. We have had South Africa is one place that somebody said Tasmania is someplace. Of course, lots of places in the States, Nevada, Tennessee, Michigan, and then the UK, Portugal, Denmark. We really have had a awesome universal kind of response to the old mining stream. It's been great. I love the fact that people from all over the world who have kind of a similar habits or whatever come and watch the stream, and we all get to kind of collaborate together and chat about that stuff. So we're working our way down to the lobby right now. We're going to go ahead and store this ship. Peter, it must be getting late there in the UK though. Probably, what is it, maybe 2 or 3 in the morning? Yeah, I love it, Drac. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Just lots and lots of folks from lots of places, and it's great. So we're going to store the prospector here. Always a good feeling to get that guy stored. So, yep, that guy's stored, and we're going to run down, and we're going to put this full 32 SCU of Quantanium in the hopper. That's always a great feeling when you get that 32 SCU in. And just start heading down to the refinery with it. Yeah, very late, 2:30 a.m. I thought of, when you mentioned you were from the UK, I started thinking it was late for sure. Yeah. I know some people, who have mentioned a couple of times, yeah, that there's a touch of, like the mining stream, depending on how it goes, but sometimes it's a low key, so there's a touch of ASMR or whatever to the mining stream, and so that always kind of makes me chuckle. A couple of people have mentioned that to me. It's like, it's kind of nice. I just kind of listen to it and drift off, and that's cool. I dig it. So yeah.
I need someone from maintenance to get the ventilation control. Ping me when you get there.
We are going to run this over here and throw it into the hopper for sure. Up the stairs we go, around the corner.
Hi, good to have you back. Finding everything all right?
Again, we're going to select that prospector, and we are going to go a full 32 SCU. Always happy with that. We're going to go with the Dynex Solvenation. We'll confirm that package right there, and we will kind of roll through. Now, we did a nice 52 SCU tonight on the mining stream, so very happy with that. That's a good run. And so, yeah, this is one of the things that I like to do at the end of the stream, is just say thank you all for visiting. Peter, it's lovely chatting with you. Cag, appreciate it. Chris, of course, always love to see you on the stream. Drac, David, nice to see you guys. Thank you so much. Everybody who came and contributed, talked tonight. I super enjoy mining, but it's so much fun. I always like to say that the coffee was good, the mining was great, but the company was better. So, and I truly feel that way. Like, it's such a blast to be able to talk to you guys, talk about, mining, chit chat, theory crafts and Star Citizen stuff, and have a beautiful night. So I want to wish you all, a lovely evening. Oh, hey, Kamek. Kamek has a question real quick before I sign off here. Kamek says, do multiple lasers of the same type stack the stability bonuses, or is it one effect per laser? They stack, Kamek. So for instance, if you take like a Lancet laser and put it on a 10, something that's got a 10 instability, the first Lancet will drop it down 75% to a 2.5 instability. Then, if you put the second laser on it, it will bring it down to like a 0.61. So yeah, they stack, and when you have the mole and you have 3 mining lasers on there, you know, they absolutely stack, and that's the way to do it. There's lots of times when we get multiple prospectors working together, they share the same UI, and you don't even need to fire consumables when you get multiple lasers on there. Everything is nice and clean. The mole works the same way. Kamek, I hope that answered your question, and I was happy to do it towards the end of the stream here. So everybody have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all around the verse.